brother. She could be good, right? But he was good and serious though, and he's like, no, you could do better than you. And so I now have come to agree with him that I'm married to a teacher who's a better teacher than I am, but I'm pretty good. and so we connected there at the county home board. Now listen to this. And then I was going to do a training. A school had contacted me to train their entire teacher and social work crew, principals, and everybody over the Central. And they contacted me to do a contract with them. So I said, okay, well, I got to find a co-trainer. I can do the whole foundation. And I thought back to the time where they did put me to a course that I wanted to do. I had my secretary call her up. She always pointed out I didn't call her myself. I had my secretary call her up and see if she was available to do some training with me, and we work out the dynamics of the contract I'm paying her. So we get over there, she meets me, and we get over there to the school in St. Paul, and I don't know, 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning. So we do going together. We do a full week of training. Wow, you know, we complimented each other so well. I just felt like it was one of the best trainings I've ever done. I've been doing this a long time. So I took her to lunch and I said, listen, of course I have to pay her too, right? So I took her to lunch and I said, yeah, let's, debrief. Yeah, kind of get an idea about what she thought about the training. And so I said,
Are those markers working?
took off the glasses.
Is there another color too? Just not the screen?
That's Verna.
I was going to jump on my seat. Run up, jump, I don't know quite where she's coming from, We never had this kind of conversation. And, I was available and everything, but I was
available.
So I said, no, I'm talking about debriefing the class. Can you give me your notion and your idea of what happened in class? She said, yes. I don't think you understood me. I said, I thought I was going to get out of my seat and run over and jump in your arms. Then I looked at her again. Then I looked like I've seen. I seen that look like. I said, oh! Someone said, oh! All right, I'm coming to join you. And my wife is sitting here with me. Oh my God. I'm going to say something about us. I said, look, I think me and my wife dated. Could have been 3 months, maybe. We jumped that room. Say, jump that room. Jump that room. It could have been 3 months, it might have been 2. I said, sweetie, now look, I'm beyond boyfriend, girlfriend stuff. Yeah, if we're going to walk this way, we got to walk this way right now. We set the room out. So I would like to introduce to you my better half, Dr. Verna.
Oh man, that's a true story.
You hadn't heard that for a while.
I know it's been. Good afternoon. Love still lives. It's important.
Absolutely.
Love still lives. It's important. I know. We're not going to bring that one up right now. I've been hearing a lot about you. You're our largest class yet. And you came back.
Yeah.
You came back. I hope that you have paper and pencil. Yeah? I'm a teacher, so you want to make sure that you are taking notes. Taking notes. Taking notes. It's good. You need to take notes? My name is Dr. Verna Cornelia Price. I always use two names, Verna Cornelia, because I'm originally from the Bahamas. My family came to this country when I was 10 years old. We heard that in America, hey Christian, as young children we were taught in the Bahamas that everyone in America was rich, that everyone in America drove nice cars, that everyone in America dressed up every day, and you were all rich. That's what we were told as small children. So the idea of coming to America was a really big one. So you can imagine, so for me, in my home, people only called me Cornelia. So if I go to the Bahamas right now, I go home, they call me Cornelia. So when I came to the United States, they called me Verna. And I thought, my first day in an American school, someone said Verna. And I thought, I wonder who's Verna. And they kept saying Verna. I'm like, I don't know who that is. Then they said Verna Cornelia. I was like, oh, well, my name is Cornelia. So that was the first day. I had just turned 11 years old when I imagined my first name was Verna, right? So for me, I use both of my names because it's a way of connecting my history, connecting my people, and connecting the waters, right? So I've been in the United States all these years. When people ask me where I'm from, I say I'm from Minnesota because I've been here for a long, long time. And every winter I blame my husband for me being here because it's so cold and I'm from the Bahamas. And this work is not a job for us. You need to know that, right? You couldn't pay us enough to do this work. This is not a job. This is a calling. There's a difference. There's a difference between a job and a calling. Now, to get to a calling, you first have to understand some things about yourself. Now, come Friday, when you all have finished this class, and just so you know, it's not who starts, it's who finishes. Any and everybody can start any and everything. Very few people finish. So make up your mind that you're going to belong in the finishing club. You're going to be the one that finishes something. Not starting. We can all start things. It's about finishing. So what I like about coming the second week to this class is that I get to talk to the finishers. See, the first week, there's some people that were here that aren't here now because they just started. Now, I understand that some of you are just kept coming because you don't get $50 every day. I get it. I get it. And if that's why you're keeping coming, hopefully in the process, you're going to catch something that is going to get into your soul, your spirit, and that you are going to use to change your life forever. And that you've made a decision, say decision, that you ain't never going back. That there's nothing back there for you, Christian. Nothing. Nothing. You are headed in one direction, and that is to a successful future. One. You're no longer confused. You're no longer stuck in chaos. You're no longer running around in the same circle, messed up, drugs, alcohol, messed up, prison, failure. It's over. Look at the neighbor next to you and say, it's over now.
It's over now.
Some of you don't even believe it. You don't even believe it. You can't even say it. Because right outside the door, Pukietta is waiting for you with a piece of or something in her hand to stuff into your mouth. Huh? Already have it prepared for you. Got a joint already prepared for you. Got the bottle already open for you. So you got to make a decision. Say decision.
Decision.
You know what's the most difficult part of this work? And just so you know, my husband loves you all. Okay? He loves you. This is his calling. And when I said I would follow him that day, because I never found another man in my life that I actually wanted to follow. And God said to me, you can follow this man. God trusted me with this man to follow him. Little did I know I was going to follow him straight to prison. I didn't know that. Right? Because we spent literally from the get-go, we met in a prison. From the get-go, we go to prison regularly. Right? And his calling is to take you to your next level and to get you out of that bondage that you're in. That's his calling. I simply get to help. Right? So I'm his backup. Like if he needs me to kick in, I know how to kick in. You hear what I'm saying? He needs me to get to, I know how to get you to the next level. You hear what I'm saying? But he's ready to lay the foundation, so I get you, put you over. It's about finishing. Look at your neighbor and say, are you going to finish or what? You got to finish this thing, young man. You got to finish it. And look at you. You're barely starting life. You're not supposed to be in prison. You're not supposed to be on the street. You're supposed to be in college. Look at you. You're smart. And once you get all cleaned up and cleared up and get all that junk out of your system, you're going to be amazing. Amazing. You hear what I'm saying to you? Okay, so before we start this lesson, my husband asked me to teach 2 things today, and that's what I'm going to do. I want you to write on your paper, it's over. It's over. Can I have some water, please? It's over. It's done now. It's done. The trauma is done. It's over now. The incarceration is over. It's done now. Thank you so much. I met Adoniah, 15 years ago?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. When I met him, he had dreads. 17, he had dreads. And I remember him coming in. I was just like, you know what? That's a smart young man right there. He's not even supposed to be here in this prison. He's supposed to be in college somewhere. Now he's teaching our boys. Now he's a lead mentor for our boys in our Boys of Hope program. Right? Give him a hand for that. That's amazing. You have to make a declaration of what's over in your life. It's done.
Yeah.
So just take a minute and write it down. What is over? Is drugs and alcohol over? Write it down. It's over. Drugs and alcohol over. Prison is over. Lying all the time is over. Sleeping around with every it and bit that you see is over. It's over now. Done. Right? Abandoning your children, it's over. Go find your kids. Huh? It's over. All that stuff is over. Now here's the most difficult part of this work. I can't do the work for you. You have to do this work for yourself. Right? The Bible says that through knowledge you're delivered. So the more you know, the more you're going to grow. And one of the reasons why people don't grow is because they simply don't know nothing. So I can only take you as far as you know. So our job here is to educate you so you know more. So now when you look at the situation, you can think critically and say, oh my goodness, you now know how to ask the questions. You now know how to be in the conversation. You now know how to think strategically. That's not for somebody else, that's for you. We're smart like that. Extremely smart. Right? And I'm not special. If you want a PhD, you can have one too. Just go do the work. Just go do the work. Go enroll in college. Do the hard papers, do the work. Put up with professors who say you're black, so you shouldn't have a PhD. Get over it and keep moving. Huh? You can too. No one is special and successful because you're special. No. No one is special because of the color of your skin. No. You have everything it takes. Everything it takes. You have it to be successful. Please write on your paper, I already have it. I already got it. You don't have to go looking for it. It's all in you. So what I get to teach you is what exactly is it that you have that gets you to your level of success. That's it. You've been working on the 5 parts of self. I particularly like the ba. You've worked on all this, and I think you've talked about your environmental kitchen. Have you talked about your environmental kitchen? Environmental self. Okay. You talked about what you ate when you were a child. Okay. All right. So you have this written down. The ba, I will get to. Your physical self, take care of yourself. Take care of your body, right? Be in physical shape. Everybody is different. There's no competition in life. The only person that you compete with is yourself. That's it. You are your only competition. So when you get that, and this is particularly difficult for men, because men, you're kind of built on a frame of ego, right? So you're constantly trying to figure out how I can be better than somebody else. That's just how you're made up. However, I want to tell you, for you to become your most excellent self, you constantly think about how you can get better every day. You get better every day. Yesterday this happened. Today I'm going to do some more. Today I'm going to do some more. You didn't just wake up from your mother's womb, right? Came out of your mother's womb and went to prison. No, you didn't. That's not how it happened. It was one thing, and then what? And next, and then what? And next. Life builds on itself. Life multiplies itself, which means that when you get a little, you get a lot. Get a little, get a lot. If you get a little pain and you don't do something about it, guess what you get more? More pain. And then guess what you get more? More pain. If you get a little success and you know how to handle it, guess what happens? More success. More success. Life builds on itself. Which is why it's critical to give your life something new to start building on. Which is what this work is about. You now have new stuff to build on. Right? So it's your ba, your physical self. Then, from your physical self, you move into your environmental self. This environmental self is simply what you grew up with. What was put into you as a child. What were you, this is called socialization. What were you socialized with? We had a friend, his name was Johnny Turnipseed. Johnny Turnipseed, Turnipseed family. Mighty man of God. And I remember him coming up to prison with us the first time, and he told his story. And Johnny said, by the time I was 3 years old, I knew that my family, my whole family, was involved in gang behavior. By the time I was 5 years old, I was learning the ways of the game. By the time I was 7 years old, I already was learning how to maneuver in the streets. So it was just what? Building on itself, building on itself, building on itself. Now, as a child, and I learned this from our girls and our boys in our Girls Taking Action program and our Boys of Hope program, is that you don't know what you don't know, right? You don't know what you don't know. Don't know. So our job is to teach you more so you know more. And the more you know, the more you grow. So as Johnny decided, of course, he went to prison, of course, committed murder, all of this stuff happened in his life. But then he came to a place where he made a decision. And he said, I'm not going back no more. I'm not going back to the streets. I'm not going back to carrying. I'm not going back to murdering. I'm not going back to drugs, gangs, none of that. And he became an amazing leader in this community. But I tell the story because in his environmental kitchen, he was fed some things. And those things produced who he became. Right. Question, write it down. What were you fed in your environmental kitchen? What did they feed you? What were you fed? What did they feed you? What did they feed you? Did they feed you love and support? Did they feed you education? Did they feed you the street? Did they feed you poverty language? What did they feed? What were you fed? Huh? What were you fed? Now, just to make sure, I know I'm a mother of 4 children. And I know that children, you don't get to decide what you eat. Your parents decide what you eat. You're not the one socializing you. Your parents are socializing you. So to do this work, a part of what you must do, because otherwise you will get angry, you will get bitter. You've got to make a decision. Just say decision. Decision. That it's over now. Whatever happened, it's over. Whatever your parents fed you, it's done. Whatever you went through, it's over. And you got to clean up your heart. Clean up your heart. Clean it up. You have to forgive them. You have to forgive them. You have to forgive yourself. Because otherwise you will throw yourself back in that environmental kitchen over and over and over again. And without realizing it, you will feed your children the same thing that you got fed. And the cycle continues. But you can stop the cycle. Look at your neighbor and say, stop the cycle. Stop the cycle. The only way to stop the cycle is to know what it is. So for real and for raw, just on your paper, just write a few things. What were you fed? What did they feed you?
You mean nothing?
What were you fed? Were you fed, you're not ever going to be nothing in your life? Okay? Were you fed, I love you every day in support? Were you fed, what were you fed? Were you fed here? It's okay, drink as much as you want. Were you fed, what were you fed? You were all fed something. Because whatever you were fed produced who you became.
I was raised right. I did.
But you must have been still feeding on something. There must have been some resentment there. There must have been some opposition there. There must have been some unforgiveness there. Somebody hurt you. You didn't say anything about it. So you blame somebody. It's all in you. And just so you know, nobody gets to escape this. Everyone has to go through it. Everyone gets fed something. The important thing for you to know is what is it? And decide that it's over. Think yourself through it, walk yourself through it, talk yourself through it, pray yourself through it, and then you have to keep moving towards your future. Okay? So this is where I come back to your ba. When you know what's in your ba, you begin to move more quickly towards your future because you have a better way of dealing with some of the stuff that you were fed. Yeah? Right? Okay. All right. So let's begin. Your ba has 4 parts. 4 parts. Please write them down. The first thing that you have in your ba is time. You've already talked about time. Everyone gets 24 hours. No one escapes 24 hours. Everyone gets 24 hours. The question becomes, how will you use your 24 hours? Now, here's my challenge to you. I want you to take back some of your time. Some of you are losing a lot of time. And you're losing it into those places where you were fed. Mm-hmm. Now I want you to take back your time. For an example, I came up and somehow you find time to smoke. Sure, you're smoking. Now, if you have time to smoke, you probably have time to do something else too. Right? So let's just say you smoke every day 8 times. And every time you smoke for what?
10 minutes.
10 minutes. And you smoke how many times a day? 8 times a day? Maybe 10 times a day. 10 times 10. How many minutes is that? 100 minutes. How much? My earring? Okay. How much time? Right there. Mm-hmm. That earring, I bought this earring in Kenya, Africa, where we were this summer. So 100 minutes. So how much time is that? That's an hour and what? An hour and 40 minutes. You just stood in one place for 1 whole hour and 40 minutes and put a cigarette in your mouth and puffed out for an hour and 40 minutes.
Wasted your time.
Huh?
Wasted your time.
And then, it gets better. So that an hour and 40 minutes, it gets a lot better. So let's take that, that's a day. Let's multiply that by, that's 100 minutes a day. Now you just went to 5 days. Now you just went to 7 days. That's 700 minutes a week. How many hours is that? Someone do the math. 8 hours, 880 minutes, all for the whole time. Look at you, you're doing math. I love that. How many hours is 880 minutes? Someone do the math. Quick, don't just look at me, do the math. Oh my goodness. So you just smoked 11 whole hours and 40 minutes. Huh? That's a whole half a day. You smoked. Yeah. What could you do with a whole half a day? Huh? Is my demonstration working for you?
Yes.
Please write this down. Take back my time. I don't know where you're giving your time to. I don't. But take it back. Take back your time. Most of us give our time away to people. And unfortunately, they're subtractors. Okay? All right? Subtractors who what? Hang it out. You just hang it out. 3 hours have gone by. You just hung out for 3 hours a day? Times 7 days? Huh? 21 hours of hanging out.
No.
And here's my question. What did you get out of the 21 hours?
There you go. Nothing.
Did you get paid?
There you go.
Did you get money?
Negative.
Did you get a scholarship to college? Did you get a new car? What did you get? Except older. Huh? Take back your time. I'm saying this to you because you're about to enter into the life of employment. The most important thing to us as business owners is that you're productive. Because we're paying you for the time. So we want you to be productive. We can't afford for you to take a 3-hour lunch break every day out of an 8-hour day. Why? Because we know that time equals money. Take back your time. Right? So in your bar, just so you know, in your bar, you only get so much time. You only get so much time. You know, I just lost my mom. She was 88 years old. 88. Just a sweetie of a human being. She was an amazing mom. I loved my mom. Like seriously, loved my mom. Right? And do anything for her. 88 years old. But she had 88 years wrapped up in her ba. And when that time came, it was time for her to go. She didn't know when that time was coming, but it was wired up in her. We all have so much time. So if you're going to use that time, use it well. Stop wasting your time. Stop giving it away. Stop trading it. Your time and your body is the only thing you have right now. Time, body, that's it. And in your body, you have your ba, which is where your time is. This is all you have. You have nothing else. So the question becomes, what are you going to do with your time, and what are you going to do with your body? So I'll give you the answer. You make your body get into action and make your body start producing and getting good work done so you can have a better time in life. How many of you had fun in prison? Had fun. Right? How many of you gave a lot of time? Right? Get your time back. Get your time back. They don't deserve you. Huh? They don't deserve to take your time. You're too valuable for that. Too valuable. So time. So my question to you is, how are you using your time? And I want you to restructure how you use your time. Okay? The second thing in your ba is your purpose. Your purpose answers a big question. What is the question?
What are you here for?
Why? Why am I here? Okay? If you haven't had a purpose conversation, it's important to have one. Because you should know why you're here. You should know, why did God give you life? Why did you get to come here? Everyone didn't get to come here. The fact that you got here, and you all, did you go over your affirmations? Did you go the I ams? Did you do the I ams? No, not yet? Okay. Purpose, okay, is the fact that you are so valuable that you were hand-chosen to be on this earth. Hand-chosen. Please write it down. I was hand-chosen. And I didn't choose you. God chose you. Your Creator chose you. Just you. Just you with your look, you with your skin, you with your height, you with your personality. God chose you. You were hand-chosen for this time. And for such a time as this, you are hand-chosen. Right? God made a decision about you and said, I want him. I want him to come. Scientifically, they can't even figure out how is it that you got to be you. They can't figure it out. Why? It's a supernatural phenomenon. I'm a supernatural phenomenon. And so are you. That is just how valuable you are. So, when you walk around and you walk around understanding how valuable you are, guess what you do with your life? Use your time a little differently, don't you? Because you now walk differently. Please write on your paper, I am valuable. I am valuable. Hand chosen, hand picked by God. Isn't that amazing? The same creator who created 7.5 billion people in the world handpicked you. That blows my mind. Seriously. That God knows my name, knows me. That's a serious thing to me. That's a serious thing. I remember my grandmother. My grandmother was like 4'8". Just this amazing woman. And I think to myself, you know what? She's just this tiny little person. And she had 10 children and 66 grandchildren. Just this tiny little person. A nation came out of this tiny little person. Right? She was hand chosen by God. And she produced me. She taught me how to be a leader. She taught me how to stand up. She taught me how to serve. She taught me how to be powerful. This little 4'8" little Bahamian woman. Hand chosen. Please put your hand on your heart and repeat after me. I was hand chosen by God. And that makes me very valuable. I am valuable. And nothing, and nobody can change that. Now look at your neighbor and say to them, do you know how valuable I am? See that? You gotta know that. You gotta know that. You gotta know that. You gotta know that. Because when you're that valuable, you are no longer a throwaway. When you're not valuable, you no longer waste your time. You no longer hurt yourself. You no longer hurt somebody else. Why? You're too valuable for that. Too valuable. And for those of you who cuss and swear at your children, cut it out. Your children are too valuable for you to say something like that to them. You love those children. I don't care what they're doing. You love them anyhow. You tell them that you love them. You tell them that they're valuable. You tell them that they matter. Let me tell you, if you have no food for a child, but you keep loving them, they will survive. But you can have all the food in the world, and if you don't love them, they will fall apart. Because we thrive on love. We thrive on value. We need to know that somebody thinks that we're amazing. Absolutely. I am valuable. And so are you, sir. And no one and nothing could ever change that. Oh, listen to this. This is amazing to me. Your circumstances have nothing to do with your value. Let me say this. Your circumstances have nothing to do with your value. Whether you have a home or don't, whether you are in a car or on a bus, whether you've been to prison or you haven't, no matter what's happened to you, it has nothing to do with your value. Nothing. Your value is a non-negotiable. It will never change. Ever. That's your purpose, your why. Then you have something that I've already started talking about it, which is called your birthright. Write in your paper your birthright. These are your I ams. You have 4 of them. 4 I ams. I am? Yes, your first one. Someone know your second one? I am? Lovable. That's your second one. Third one, I am? Powerful. Third one, I am? Important. Excellent. I like to think of it this way. You are a loved VIP. Lovable, valuable, important, and powerful. That's who you are. And that's how you walk in this world. Like a loved VIP. That's the third thing in your birthright. The third thing in your body is your birthright. This is all wrapped up in you. All wrapped up in you. For every person that I've talked to and asked them a question just about incarceration, like how did you get to where you are? Why did it happen? How did it happen? It always has something to do with the birthright. Always. Someone convinced you that you were valuable, but they were a gang member. Do you know gangs know how to convince you that somehow you're valuable? Sure they do. Why? It's a science. Sure. If I can convince you that somehow you're valuable and that you're so valuable that I want you to do such and such, I can get you to do anything. Anything. If I can give you the illusion of your birthright, I can get you to do anything. Because in that moment, you will believe me because you are desperately searching for someone to say, I love you, you are valuable, you are important, you are powerful. You are searching for that every day.
Desire.
You're looking for it. Right? And the last thing in your ba is your power. Now, we talked about your power, the 4 types of powerful people. You've talked about adders, subtractors, and dividers, correct?
Absolutely.
Okay, now let's talk a little bit about multipliers. Okay? There are 2, and by the way, here's the goal of this work, really, is that you understand how powerful you are, and that you have enough power in your life right now to change your life. Write that down. I have enough power in my life right now to change my life. This is what this work is about. You have enough power in your life right now to change your life. So my question to you is, what is one thing you're going to change in your life? Just one thing. Just one thing. You have enough power because your power is what? Your ability to make a what? Decision. And then to take a action. Okay? It's my ability to make a decision and then to take an action. You know, most people don't make decisions. Most people complain about their life or they worry about their life. But they don't make a decision. A decision is where you say, this is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm not going to do. This is where I'm going to go. This is where I'm not going to go. Right? Confusion is where you're just stuck and I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Oh, come here. Oh, I'll go there. Come here. Oh, I'll go there. No, I don't know what to do. Right? You're just stuck in chaos. That's not a decision. A decision is going back and forth and back and forth. No. A decision is say, this is it. This is a line. I'm done now. I'm done. I'm never going back again. Period. I don't care what happens. I don't care who leaves my life. And just so you know, when it comes to changing your life, it's a lonely walk. Let me say it again. It gets very lonely. And just for a moment, say for a moment, you will feel as though you are all alone. Because here's what it has to happen. Sweetheart, come here for a second. This has to happen in the change process. And just so you know, what we teach you, we teach corporate people too. Okay? Literally. This stuff works. But it has to happen. You are connected with subtractors. You decide to change your life. Subtractors want to keep you one place only. In your past.
Hanging out.
Hanging out. In your past failure, hanging out.
With Delilah.
I know, right? And it's amazing to me how you seem to have fun hanging out in just straight failure, straight chaos, straight mess. But you don't know what you don't know.
Right, here you go.
But now you know.
Yep.
So you know that is a complete waste of time. So you decide that you're going to change your life. Something has to happen. Because subtractors must take you to your past because that's the only place, listen to me, where they are comfortable with you.
That's right.
Let me say it again. Subtractors must take you to your past because that's the only place where they are comfortable with you.
The bell should be ringing right there.
Only place. So now, they're comfortable with you being high. They're comfortable with you being drunk. They're comfortable with you being, they're comfortable with you being broke. They're comfortable because they're there too. So they just want a little company. So now you decide, I'm going to change my life. I don't want that no more. I got fed that, and I ain't eating that no more. You need to change your diet. Write that down. Change your diet. Change my diet. Change my diet. So now it's time you decide to change your life. Okay? Your future is over here. Your past is over there. You're still hanging on to subtractors. You cannot get to your future hanging on to subtractors. Even, listen to me, if it's your mama. Painful stuff. Now, I'm not saying you can kick your mama out of your life. You cannot. She is your mama. She will always be your mama. Your job is to respect her. That's it. But what you get to do right now is you get to release subtractors from your life. And when you release, don't stay in the vicinity. Turn and keep going forward. There's a story in the Bible about Lot, right? And God said, Lot, get out of there. Get out of there. Because there ain't nothing but subtractors and dividers back there. And Lot said to his wife, come on. But she was still looking for the hanging out. She was still comfortable over here. And the moment she turned to a pillar of salt and she was done. You all think that stuff on TV that they do and all that superhero stuff, that stuff's in the Bible. Right? Like the ground opening up and swallowing people, it's in the Bible. People turn to pillar of salt, it's in the Bible. So you better watch it. When you let go, let go. You're still kind to your mama. You still have her over every once in a while, but she ain't over your house every day, eating your chicken every day, cussing out your kids every day. Huh? You tried, you turned your back now. Mama is there. You love her. You respect her. That don't mean you got to stay there. You better keep it moving. Look at your neighbor and say, keep it moving. Keep it moving. Some of you, bless your hearts, you can't even look at me and say, keep it moving. Because you're so stuck. You're so stuck. And so for you probably, you're like this. And that's the practice. When they see that, guess what they do? They come in, pull you right on back. And then you have to start all over again. You never finish because you're forever starting again. Shake them off. Stand up for me one quick. Some of you need to shake some people off. We're going to have a shake moment. Stand up. They're going to have a shake moment. Give a shake moment, okay? I'm gonna give you a 15-second shake moment. Come on, shake them off. I want you to shake them off. Shake. Some of you shake your leg, shake your head, shake it off. You see that? You shake off. Shake off Pookiana. Shake her off. Woo! Free yourself. Look at your neighbor before you sit down and say, shake them off. Go ahead and have a seat.
Come on.
Here's why. I cannot get you to your next level to be even ready for a multiplier if you're connected to subtractors and still holding on to them. Now, let me just say, subtractors will always be in our lives. They just are. It doesn't mean that you have to be locked in with them. Right?
Right.
You can still keep going forward. Still keep going forward. Because I want to prepare you for a multiplier. And multipliers only, listen to me carefully, only look for adders. Only look for adders. They're looking for you, that you have a few things going on. Multipliers are looking for adders. Number one, write it down. Who have clear goals.
There you go.
Clear goals. You know what you want. Multipliers looking for adders who have clear goals. You know what you want. When a multiplier says to you, what do you want? You should know. Say it. Multipliers are looking for adders with clear goals. You know what you want. All right. You know, I learned as the founder of Girls in Action, right? So Girls in Action, I'm forever looking now, Girls Taking Action. I'm forever looking for Black and brown women who can influence our girls. And so for a long time, my life was full of Black and brown women. Just like that's the only people I really knew was Black and brown women. I had a whole lot of them. And then I was having this conversation with someone once about fundraising and finding money. And they said, now, you know you live in Minnesota. And in Minnesota, most of the money is in the hands of old white men. So you need to go and find and hang out and go network and meet some old white men with money. So I told my husband, I gotta go meet some old white men with money. So then I started meeting old white men because I had a goal. And then I ended up in these conversations with these old white men, and I started listening to how they talk. You know what they mostly talk about? What do you do? What do you do? What are you working on? How much money you have? Where are you going? Who are you connected with? Straight work.
Absolutely.
They go straight to the work. You know, meanwhile, me and my Black and brown sisters, we're talking about our hair, our hairstyle, our children, all good stuff, but we weren't getting right to the work. Let me tell you, if you're going to attract a multiplier, you better know what you want. On Friday, when those employers come and they say to you, what do you want? When they say to you, what are you good at? What kind of job are you looking for? Do you have an answer? Have an answer by Friday. And I can assure you, the clearer you are with your answer, the faster you're going to get hired. Listen to me, regardless of what your background is. If you can clearly articulate, this is what I want. Multipliers are looking for people with clear goals. Secondly, write it down. Multipliers are looking for people who are not just about themselves. You're not selfish. You're not just about your stuff. They want you to have a bigger vision. Write that word down. They want you to have a bigger vision for something. They want to know that if you're successful, it's not just for you. You know, my husband and I are very successful. It's not just for us. It's for you and your children and your children's children. Multipliers are looking for people who want to help somebody else. Yes?
Yes.
Absolutely. The third thing, yes. You got a question? Go ahead.
What you saying, trying to, get it all up in here.
Mm-hmm.
What multipliers are looking for someone that's been, someone that is selfless.
Selfless. You don't mind giving. You don't mind sharing. So your success is not just about you.
Correct.
Right. Your success, you're being successful for what?
For others.
For others as well. Multipliers are looking for that. They want to know, well, if I help you do this, are you also going to help somebody else? It's called reciprocity. It's called passing it forward. So I want to know, when it's all said and done, all of you in here, at some point, we're going to give you a call and say, hey, we'd like you to show up and come and talk to a group of boys. Talk to them. Let them know. Tell them the real story. Let them know that prison is not just some rites of passage to become a man. That's foolishness. It's a lie from the pit of hell to incarcerate our people and make us modern day slaves. Tell them the truth. So they know, no. And you become an example, a role model. That's what this is about. The third thing multipliers want to know is, are you willing to work? Work, W-O-R-K. You got to want to work. Right? My husband and I we just don't come and work here. We work. And we work hard. Like, are you willing to do the work? To become successful, you must do the work. Which is why I say take notes. Study these notes. Come back to them. You must be willing to do the work. Number 4. Multipliers want to know, are you willing? Are you willing to move to the next level even if you have to go alone? Are you willing to go to the next level even if you have to go alone? If none of your family members go with you, will you still go? If none of your friends go with you, will you still go? Do you know what you want? Are you willing to give? Are you willing to work? And are you willing to go alone? Number 5, multipliers want to know if you have character. Can you stand the character test? That means you say what you mean what you say. That means you're a person of integrity.
Moving a little bit too fast.
Oh, I'm going to slow down. I am going to slow right down. What number are you on?
I'm still on 4.
You're on number 4, then I'm on number 5.
All right.
Okay? A multiplier wants to know, are you a person of integrity? Are you a person of integrity? Integrity. Integrity. Do you keep your word? Do you tell the truth? Number 4, are you willing to move to the next level alone? Are you willing to move to the next level alone? Number 5, are you a person of integrity? Now, there's 2 sorts of multipliers. There's the escalator multiplier. They take you 1 step at a time. Okay? Brother Shane and I, we are for sure escalator multipliers. We're taking you 1 step at a time. Teaching you, mentoring you, handing you off to employers 1 step at a time. 1 step at a time. 1 step at a time. That's what we're doing. You started this program, you're finishing it. That's the step. On Friday, you meet your employers. That's another step. You graduate. You get a job. That's another step. You come to Tuesday night group. Learn some more. Meet some more people. That's another step. You come to our wellness clinic. Come and get yourself well. Come see some doctors. Get your eyes checked. Get your teeth checked. Get yourself looked over. That's another step. You advocate to get your children back. That's another step. We help you with that. You need housing. Another step. We help you. Right? Step. Escalate. Little at a time. You say you're going to come. So show up. Tell the truth. Right? Well, just 1 step at a time. See, the lie is that people are just all of a sudden successful. No one is all of a sudden successful. Success happens 1 step at a time. 1 step at a time. You do one thing, get another thing. But you also, you know what you're doing? You're using your power. Power and multiplication power, it multiplies itself. You get a little power, you get more. You get a little power, you get more. More. That's how multiplication works. And then every once in a while, you will meet an elevator multiplier. These are exciting people, right? These are people who say to you, come on in the elevator, and here's all the buttons. Which level do you want to go to? You hit the level, and I will make sure you get there. Elevators, multipliers, they don't come by very often. And they will stand and watch you for years to make sure that you are someone who they want to multiply. Here's why. The minute that an elevator multiplies, sir, and puts you, the minute that I put you on the top floor, you now become synonymous with Dr. Verna. What's your name?
Cletus. Cletus.
Cletus, Mr. Cletus. So when they see Mr. Cletus, they don't say they see Mr. Cletus. They say, oh, that's Dr. Verna's protege. We now become interchangeable because I have multiplied you, right? When you hear Gayle King, you don't hear Gayle King, you hear who? Oprah. Because there'd be no Gayle King without Oprah. When you hear Dr. Phil, there'd be no Dr. Phil without Oprah. Right? So,
Cletus.
Dr. Verna. Absolutely. Interchangeable. So when I put you in that elevator, I had to be sure. Say, be sure.
Be sure.
See, my husband gets these calls. And sometimes they're like 10 o'clock at night. You know, we're sitting here drinking our little tea, hanging out, you know, enjoying life. Brother Shane, this is such and such. And yeah, Brother Shane, you know, could you, and da. All right? So now they're calling. You're calling, because you're going to call. Something happened, Would you call my, we call my PO, will you call my SR agent? And then Brother Shane said, well, tell me, what happened? What really happened? Because I know the minute that I call that defense attorney, the minute that I call that judge for you, the minute I call the governor for you, I become synonymous with your name.
That's true.
So don't expect me to call someone on your behalf if you're not straight. Get your adder stuff together. Huh? And then we're ready. We're ready. Let me tell you. We'll put you in the elevator. We'll say, push the button. Let's go for it. We'll do it. We'll do it. And we have done it. And we'll do it again. But we have to know that you're ready. Look at the person next to you and say, are you ready?
Are you ready?
Look at the other person and say to them, I either am ready, I'm getting ready, or I will be ready soon. Just look at them. Now, here's the question for you, right? This is real life stuff. You know, we've been called to get you to your next level. But thank you, praise God. But you got to do this work. You have to do the work. Right? Got to check that time. Clean up your time. Got to check your goals and your purpose. Get clear. Got to walk out your birthright. And let me tell you, if I see you on Broadway acting crazy, I won't stop you. And my husband says, honey, you can't be, yes, I will.
There you go.
Okay? I'm going to check you. Why? Because you're too important to me. You're too important to me. And I know what I have put into you now. So there ain't no going back. Christian, you know there's nothing to go back. You know that. It's over now. It's only forward for you. Okay, go ahead and stand up. Let's finish up with this affirmation. This is called the When I Was Born. I don't think you've done this one. Have you done this one? When I was born? All right. I look forward to seeing you on Friday. You're going to be looking all beautiful and handsome and ready for your graduation. It's going to be exciting to see you. You're going to get hired. You're going to get a job. You're going to make some money. Yeah, you are. And when you make those millions, be sure to donate to the Power People Leadership Institute. All right, put your hand on your heart and repeat after me. When I was born, I was born valuable.
I was born valuable.
When I was born,
When I was born,
I was born born important.
I was born important.
When I was born,
When I was born,
I was born lovable.
I was born lovable.
And when I was born,
When
I was born extremely powerful.
I was born extremely powerful.
And no matter what anyone has done to me,
No matter what anyone has
no matter what anyone has said about me,
no matter what anyone has said,
no matter what I have done to myself,
no matter what I've done to myself,
no matter what I have said about myself,
no matter what I said about myself,
I'm still valuable. I'm still important.
I'm still important.
I'm still lovable. And I'm still extremely powerful.
I'm still extremely
And nobody,
and nobody,
nobody, and nothing,
and nothing,
nothing
nothing
can ever change that.
can ever change.
All right, you all amazing. We'll see you on Friday.
Okay, so we'll see you tomorrow.